All right, let's get everybody in the back of the car here. We're just going to pop this door open and uh-oh. Hey everyone, this is Tom with Fresh Vintage. As you just saw, our door handle is busted and it works from the inside. So if I come in here and do this, it's fine. It's just the handle itself is broken. So good news is not only did we find a replacement door handle, then a matched color. We also have the tools laid out here so that you can replace your own door handle pretty easy and fast. Some needle nose pliers. Now I don't know 100% we're going to need a larger Phillips head, but I just have it out here. And then we have your standard P2 and flat blade. And then we have the world's longest extension, which we were actually using for another project, so I just grabbed it. But 3/8 drive, probably an extension, and a 10mm socket will get you where you need to go. So with that being said, let's go ahead and pop the door open, and we'll get started with tearing the door skin off. So getting started here, there's two screws you want to get your hands on, so to speak, to get this door panel and the skin off. One is right here, and I will make note there's supposed to be a tan colored cover that is missing here, but we're going to unscrew this, and I won't do the entire thing on camera here, but there's a second one, and this is where your flat blade screwdriver comes into play. There's a second one underneath this little black cover here, and you got to take your time and get that out. That's probably why that one went missing, because these things take a little bit of effort to get out. But what we'll do is we'll actually pop this one out and then get both of these screws unscrewed and then pull this door skin off. So just wanted to quickly note that this is actually on like an actual piece of plastic, and I had to get the screwdriver right in here, and then it opened up, and that's actually attached to the door skin. But now that we have access to that Phillips head screw, we'll go ahead and get this unscrewed. So now that we're ready for the door skin to come off, if you've actually done this before, then just bear with us. But for all you newbies out there who've never done this, it looks ominous, but it's really not that hard. The key thing is you want to actually make sure you have the door like stabilized, and then start giving it a little bit of a pull. You don't need a ton of pull, don't break anything, because there are wires attached here and linkages, but just give it a little bit of a pull here, and pretty soon what you'll have happen is you'll want to lift this whole thing up. Before you do that though, because you unscrewed this Phillips screw, you actually need to take this door handle and slide it forward like that, and then get this door handle out of the actual door skin. And it's kind of hard to see, but on the back side here, right here, you want to take this little plastic thing and just push it with your fingers. There we go. And then that rod will pop right out, and there's your interior door handle. So we'll just set that up here. Now the rest of this should come off, and I will make note you have a light and the actual switch here. So you have some wiring on this, so don't just go pulling this off, but you want to come up with it like that and just carefully bring this out. And on the back side, right here, get a little bit better angle on it for you. So there's that. There's a little gray pin, or like a little connector. You just push down on it, and then right here, your actual light bulb, you just take that out, and there's the LED light that we installed on the back door here. So now that we have the door skin off, you can see the internal moving parts of the different door pieces here. And quick note, we actually replaced this actuator in another video. We'll leave a link for that video in the description of the video you're watching now. But all the steps you're doing, it's pretty much the same thing for taking and replacing this door lock actuator. With that, we need to get to the actual bolts. There's two bolts holding the actual door handle on. One is right here, give or take, and the other one is through here. So what we need to do is start disconnecting and getting this plastic stuff out of the way. So there's a few Phillips screws. I'm going to start with this screw just to get this out of the way, so it gives a little bit of wiggle room to actually get this linkage out of here. And I'll just disconnect that completely. There's that. And I'm just going to put those in the car. Now there's three screws that I can easily see here, and I'm going to take those out, and my goal is to try to get this entire plastic piece out of the way, because there's a 10mm bolt right through here. Something tells me we're probably going to be able to access it either through this hole or like right here. put those screws on the seat of the car. So now that this is looking and feeling pretty loose, I want to go ahead and try to get this out of here. I may not actually be able to get it out. There we go. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get it out without like pulling these linkages out of the way, but so far so good here. And this is a good time to note that these are popped in. If you somehow accidentally pop that out while you're taking the door skin off, just make sure you eyeball those before you put everything back together so that there's not an issue with the linkage working properly. The next step is we actually have to get this lock out of here. So let me grab that bigger screwdriver I showed you earlier in the video. So these are what you would call P3. It's a little bit larger Phillips than a P2. I'm going to try to get these out of here without an impact screwdriver. We may need to resort to that, but I'm hoping just giving a little bit of torque here, I can get these free. That one was actually very, very loose. So let's try all three of these. I'm wondering if this has been replaced at some point, because these things are normally like Superman in there, more like that one just was. Here we go. And all we're doing here is we're just getting this lock loose so that we can actually get to the other bolt holding the door handle on. So far so good. Let's see if we can get this wiggled out of the way, so to speak. Okay. So now that we have that lock loose, you can see it wiggling here. I'm just going to take an extra step and pull this out of here. I don't know that you need to do that, but you can see it was holding it up just a little bit, and I think that's going to give us just enough wiggle room to move this out of the way so that we can get to that other bolt. And now I'm looking for that other bolt, trying to figure out where exactly it's at. There we go. So that whole thing just kind of rotated. I don't know if you can see that, but let me show you. It just kind of rotated down and out to give you access to the other bolt, which is actually right there. So this is a good spot. We're in a good spot here. We should be able to get to the bolt head here and then the bolt head right over here. Let's grab our 10 millimeter. You should be able to get to this one now. So our next step, we actually took that other super long extension off. So we basically have a 6-inch extension, and this is wobble. You don't need a wobble, but it, for in our case, it just gives you a little bit more wiggle room, so to speak. But we're just gonna get right on that. That was actually very, very loose. And we'll go ahead and get both of these loosened up. And we'll make sure we do not drop that in the door. I'm actually kind of surprised it didn't fall in the door. The other one is a little tricky just because it's right here, but removing that door lock actually is just what the doctor ordered, so to speak. Wow, now it was so loose. Just some personal commentary. I almost wonder if this handle wasn't changed once already. This stuff all should be pretty tight. If you've ever taken OEM bolts and nuts out like this, they normally jack these things down pretty tight, so they have a lifetime of, secure usage. Now this is a really nice door handle that we found. I believe we found this one on Amazon. It is painted to match the car, and you can get it in a multitude of colors, but we'll leave a link to this in the description of the video you're watching. But from here, we just need to wiggle this old door handle out and then put the new one in and line the bolts back up. So let's do that right now. So this may or may not come out. We actually just pulled on it a little bit off camera and it popped right out. So your mileage may vary, but just keep in mind that there is a little bit of a seal here, and this could have been in the door for 10, 15, 20 years. So it may be stuck in there, but I just pushed on it pretty good and it popped right out. Something else you want to actually be careful with and make sure you don't lose down in the door is this bracket right here. This is the bolts that were on the back side of the door here, inside the door. They go through this into the door handle, and it's just kind of a brace to help secure the overall structure. But so what we need to do now is take the new door handle and then line this up something like this. You can see right here we have the actual clip, so something like that. So it'll take a little bit of work, but we'll actually get this reinstalled in the door. And then we didn't show you, this is what was broken on the old door handle. So the plastic piece right there broke, and you can see that's what makes a difference here. What actually makes the door function, the handle function. So, but let's get to installing this right now. So the best way to describe it is I need to put this in on this side of the door and then bring this in on the back side inside the door, get it over that little plastic piece, and then get a bolt in so that we can get everything lined up and tightened up. Probably show you pieces of this on camera, but I just don't think we're going to get the right camera angle to show you the 100% of it. But we're going to do our best to show you everything right now. So I'm going to slide this in, kind of like this. And got the assist there from Jay. Thank you, sir. Now this one, I'm going to just kind of carefully bring it in here. There's probably enough room that this shouldn't be too big of a deal. The hard part is getting that little plastic piece to line up back here. So getting a second bolt to line up and go in. I will say the first one back here by the door lock, this one here, was much more of a challenge. This one, everything is pretty much lined up now, but not Honda's finest engineering moment, I will be frank. So pretty poorly designed, my personal opinion. But the good news is the door handle's in, and I'm not going to tighten these down too much because you could probably just strip everything and break everything. So I'm just going to carefully get that off of there, and then let's go inside here. These holes aren't perfectly lined up, but they're pretty close actually. And there's that. It's interesting how deep that is. I mean, you look how long that screw is, and then it's got to go almost all the way in the catch. So we'll go ahead and tighten these down to the torque spec of tight. And again, these aren't meant to be super tight, but I will give them a little bit extra just because they are for the door lock. Okay. There's that, and we'll grab our little rubber cover. We'll put that back in next. And we won't bore you with all the details here, but we'll just go ahead and continue putting all this back together, and we'll check in with any issues here or there. So we have our plastic piece back in here, and I will make note, you have to simultaneously line up this and that, and then all three of your holes should line up with no issue. So we want to go ahead and put the door lock actuator back on, and you want to have it perpendicular to the door so that you can get this hole lined up properly. And as you slide it back in place, it'll make that turn, and then your holes will line right up. There we go. Those don't have to be super tight. You're just going plastic into plastic here. Now in theory, everything should work, so now's a good time to give this a try. Our door lock, child lock is activated there, so we're going to unactivate it. And I guess let's go ahead and give the door a quick try here. Hey, look at that. Looks good. Let's get the rest of the door put back together. So we have our door skin here, and I'm just plugging this back in. These just go in, twist, and locks into place. And then this one, you have to stand up and get it a little closer to the door because the wires are only so long, but it just goes right back in here. You'll hear it click. And then the challenge here is making sure you get this. You always want to make sure the door's unlocked so it's a little bit taller. And then just line this up. You want to simultaneously line this up and get this back into this hole. And there goes my wedding ring, because hey, why not? But think about this lip right here. You're kind of like hanging on, like you're hanging on a ledge. That's exactly what this lip, this seal is doing for the window. So you just want to get this in here and then get that down into the door. And it will take a little bit of finesse. You can see I'm fighting with it a little bit here, but this takes a little bit of effort just because of the amount of stuff in the door. And you can see it went in and dropped down. It's exactly what you want. So that's in. This is working. And then on the bottom here, we just want to pop it back in place. don't have to hit it too hard, just hard enough. Pick up my wedding ring there. And put the door handle back on the inside one, that is. And so this one takes just a little bit more effort because you're going back in versus out here. So you just want to pull this out. And it helps to have this pointed back towards the door to get it out of the way. We're going to put that in the hole there. And then just bring your finger around and clip that on there, just like that. And right here, this is what we were dealing with earlier. These fingers actually lock into the holes here. So we want to make sure we push in and then back. You see the actual piece of like the padding that's been, or the fabric that's been matted down there. When you do that, the hole lines up perfectly. So we're going to grab our actual Phillips screws and then get that one and this one screwed back in right now. That feels tight. Feels tight, and I'm going to push that little plastic cover down next to the bolts and lining that door handle up with that bracket. These little plastic things are probably the like nuisance parts of the job, so to speak. But so that feels good. That feels good. And let's go ahead and we'll give it a shot here. Throw the screwdriver in there. Now I'm just going to lock the door. There we go. And all right, well, this is reality here, folks. Sometimes things don't work 100% perfectly, so we're going to figure out why this door handle decided to stop working, right? So real quick, just wanted to mention some trial and error. We got the inside door handle to work right, and we're like, what's wrong with this inside door handle? I will make note, this wasn't even all the way down. It was honestly like right there. And that was just enough to deactivate this, so where the child safety lock was kicking in. But a quick push up of that, and we seem to be good to go. And just like that, you've saved yourself a fair bit of money by, you know, not going to the dealer, not going to your local shop to have them replace that. This was rather inexpensive. We'll leave a link to this and the tools you'll need in the description of the video you're watching now. Now that you fixed your own car, you too can be a certified Fresh Vintage mechanic. We appreciate you watching. If you like classic cars, if you like muscle cars, if you like keeping your cars certified fresh and fixed up on the road, Fresh Vintage, your channel, please like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.